What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another full card breakdowns for UFC Vegas 78, Vicente Luque versus Rafael dos Anjos, and it's going to be a pretty good card. Doesn't have the biggest name value, but it's going to have a lot of violence on it. There's going to be a lot of finishes on this card. It's back in the small cage, so that'll definitely help the violence and some decent fights. We're going to do a quick recap of UFC Nashville, and then we'll go over all the stuff and get right into these bets. UFC Nashville, it was fun. I was there, so it was a good card. It was good to see. The main event sucked, obviously, because Sandhagen hurt his arm and basically just wrestled the whole time, but it is what it is. But let's go over this. So let's see. There we go. UFC Nashville. I went 3-2 for +1 unit, and it could have been a big night had Bahamondes won, man. But is what it is. He just didn't fight all that well. But my 3 winning bets, I had Azu Alimbayev +2 units on him, and I was pretty happy about that, man. He performed really well and showed what the tape showed, man. That kid is good. Second winning bet was Diego Lopez +2.5 units. Same thing, man. He looked decent on the feet and on the ground. He is a killer. Third winning bet was Suarez under 2.5 rounds, easy money, +2 units on that. My 2 losing bets, I had Bahamondes parlayed with Billy Q, -2.5 units on that. And then I had Bahamondes parlayed with Sandhagen, -3 units on that. It hurt my heart when Bahamondes won, especially watching it live. He just didn't seem like he fought like he used to. And his takedown defense, I thought was going to be a little better. But 3-2 for +1 unit, and it hurts my heart because on my Patreon I would have won 20 more units had Bahamondes won. I would have hit the layer cake parlay for like the first six legs, and then plus hit my bets and stuff. So it is what it is, man. We're still gonna get them. We got a little back. 3-2 for +1 unit, so that brings my overall bet record to 259 and 185 for +93.35 units. And it brings my 2023 record to 77 and 60 for +16.05 units. And it was it was a fun night watching the fights live. I had a great time. Johnny K Picks was there. He won his bets. I hit some bets. If Bahamondes would have won, we would have been so happy. But yeah, man, seeing them fights live, Cody Durden, that was freaking amazing. That Durden Hadley fight was amazing. And then watching Billy Q and Damon Jackson was a freaking phenomenal fight. But everybody, man, please smash that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. Help the algorithm out. Next week's a pay-per-view. I'm going to do a big giveaway, a nice giveaway for that pay-per-view. So be ready for that. Hopefully my girlfriend, I've been doing so much tape study and with Nashville and all that, my girlfriend's helping me make these shirts. We're not very good at it. We're new at it, but we're going to figure this out and we're going to make them perfect. And hopefully I will have them made within the next 2 weeks. I've had a lot of people hit me up for them, and I'm going to have like 5 different ones. They're going to be awesome. Layer cake ones, defend your units, all different kinds, man. Mr. Pay-Per-View, Blood Money, all these different ones. But yeah, man, please leave a comment, help the algorithm. Layer Cake Discord link will be in the description. It's free. I'm going to be able to do a lot of stuff on it this week, being out of town and stuff. I've been going and doing a lot of stuff this summer, and it's been tough on the weekends for it, but it's fun. It's there. There's Bellator, PFL, stocks, soccer, everything, basketball, baseball, anything, any tips you want, and then just really good people bringing really good knowledge. It's free. The link's in the description. Hit that up. I get the Layer Cake Patreon, which is doing freaking great. Obviously, I've won like 8 out of 10 weeks now or something, 9 out of 11, something like that. And it's just been doing good. We've been beating a ton of live movement. I already have the 3 bets in for this week. I'm going to have by tomorrow, I'll have some in for the pay-per-view, and then I'll have the rest in for this week. And then you're going to get the Layer Cake Patreon or the Layer Cake progressive parlay. Excuse me. You're going to get my DraftKings lineup. You're going to get all my early bets, all that stuff. It's awesome. I want to give a shout out to a couple people real quick before I get into some Discord winners. Mushroom, my dude, Mushroom MMA. He hit me up. He sent me the ticket, showed me the ticket, everything. He hit a 3-fight parlay with Azu, Diego Lopez, and Suarez by sub. He put $25 and won $870. So I want to shout out Mushroom for that, man. That's a big win. Another guy that I talked to too, Money Bank Lock. He hit Sandhagen, Suarez, Lopez, Billy Q, and Kyler. 100 to win 600. Them are some really, really nice hits, man. I appreciate them guys reaching out to me and just showing me, some cool wins and going over stuff with me like that. I want to go over a couple wins from the Layer Cake Patreon, man. Each week I like to go over this and see who won. And we got my OG NGM. It had Azu hit right off the bat. First fight, 154 to win 256. That was a nice bet. Life account. So, man, out here with Dennis Bazooka, Sean Woodson, fight will go to the distance. That was a good bet because a lot of people had that going under. Cody Durden right there, Epic King Bets, nice hit. Flav hitting Cody Durden at plus 164. Dirowitz, man, hitting Billy Quarantillo plus over 1.5. That was a good bet. It was tough, man. That first round was tough, but yeah, man. Fireside with Harris inside the distance plus 175. That was a great bet. Look at right here, Epic King Bets hitting Carlson Harris at plus 225. Right here, let's see. I want to go down and see this really crazy one. Well, here's Luigi. He had Billy Quarantillo, Lopez win by KO, TKO, or submission, and Tatiana Suarez to win by finish. Hit that. That's a nice bet. Look at my dude, Unity right here, man. $10 hit on 145. That's a phenomenal bet. Azu, Billy Q, Kyler Phillips, Diego Lopez, Dustin Jacoby, man. That's a hell of a bet. Nice bet, Unity. And then let's see. One more really quick. Where was it at? Sorry. Yeah, Static Reaper had this big one up here and lost by Bahamondes. But let's see. Big Body right here hit a bunch of them. Yeah, man. 5 turned 5 into 50. Right here. Here was the one. I'm sorry, guys. Money Glitch. Roman Kopylov, Bonfim, Corey Sandhagen, Terrence Crawford, and Inawau put 1,200 to win 7,400. Man, that's a phenomenal hit right there, Money Glitch. I'm glad that you shared that for everybody and everything. It's just freaking phenomenal hit to cross all them sports like that is awesome. All right, now I got through all that. Everybody, we're about to get into UFC Vegas 78. And the first fight that I have on that is, and it's not going to be in order because this is a late place fight, but Terrance Mckinney versus Mike Breeden. Terrance Mckinney is 13-6, currently sitting at minus 260. He's 28 years old, 5'10 with a 73.5-inch reach. Mike Breeden is 10-5, currently sitting at plus 210. He's 34 years old, 5'10 with a 70-inch reach. And T-Rex, man, what can we say about the guy? He's got phenomenal striking, explosive striking in the first round. He's got an excellent 1-2. He's got really nice flying knees. He's got good knees in the clinch. He's got decent elbows in the clinch. Good wrestling, phenomenal back takes. He's got a phenomenal rear naked choke. He's finished all 13 of his wins, 8 subs, 5 KOs. But as we know, man, by his record, he does all that in the first round or he pretty much gets finished. He's 1-3 in his last 4 fights. Got finished by Drew Dober in the first round. He beat Eric Gonzalez after he was getting cracked a little bit and then had to take him down and choke him out. And then he lost to Ismail Bonfim and Nazim Sadikov, which ain't really that bad because both them dudes are really, really good. But yeah, man, McKinney is very, very explosive. He's very fast. He's strong. I think he needs to start moving his feet more, really. He just stands in place and backs up, man. I think moving his feet would help his striking a whole lot more. But Mike Breeden, man, we've seen him fight in the UFC twice. He got knocked out by Alex Hernandez in a short notice fight. Came back and fought Natan Levy really, really close. Live odds actually had him ahead at the end of the fight, and then they gave the unanimous decision to Levy. Got knocked out quick against Alexander Hernandez. But he's decent, man. He's got good boxing. He's got really good forward pressure. I like his cardio. I like his toughness. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling. He's not offensive wrestling too much, but he's got good defensive wrestling. He's got good defensive jiu-jitsu, good offensive jiu-jitsu. He's fighting guys on the lower level. This fight's going to be good, man. It's obviously going to be the same thing. Is Terrance Mckinney going to be able to get him out of there in the first, or is Breeden going to be able to survive and take him out? And I'm going to go with Terrance Mckinney being able to get this win and get back on track. I think that he's able to exchange with Breeden for a little bit, and if he doesn't hurt him there, he's able to take him down and choke him out. Even though Breeden's never been submitted, I think this will be his first submission loss. Next fight is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Josh the Terrible Parisian versus Martin Buday. Josh Parisian is 15-6, currently sitting at plus 170. He's 34 years old, 6'4 with a 79-inch reach. Martin Buday is 12-1, currently sitting at minus 200. He's 31 years old, 6'4 with a 77-inch reach. So everything's pretty much the same here, except Parisian has a 2-inch reach. Josh Parisian is not good at fighting. I don't think this guy's good at all, to be honest. He's got decent striking. He's got decent kickboxing. He'll throw like some spinning stuff. That's okay. He's got some decent, powerful leg kicks. if he can get on top, he has good ground and pound, but he doesn't have good wrestling, and he has some of the worst defensive wrestling in the history of the heavyweight division. Terrible gas tank, terrible grappling, and some decent spinning stuff. He's one of the worst heavyweights there is, to be honest. I mean, when he beat Martin Buday, Alan Baudot, he pretty much, Baudot took the worst spot. But other than that, it's got to be Parisian. Martin Buday, man, he looked a lot better in his last fight against Jake Collier. His fight against Lucas Bresky, he didn't really use no clinch, no grappling. He just struck with a guy that was a lot faster than him. He beat up on Chris Burnett pretty good. You've seen him win on the Contender Series. He's got a strong clinch that he used in the Contender Series with excellent knees to the body, knees to the legs, elbows, dirty boxing, all that. And he's a very big guy. He cuts down to 265. He comes in at like 280. And he uses all of his weight and all of his size to beat up guys. He's got pretty good boxing. You've seen him hitting Collier with some pretty decent punches, with some pop. And especially at the end, man, he keeps his cardio up very good. He was able to take Collier's back and almost finish him there in that third round. And I just really like Buday here. Buday here, man. I really think that his striking is going to be fine with Parisian. He hits harder than Parisian, and then he's going to have the grappling advantage here. And he can and if you watch Josh Parisian versus Roque Martinez, he gets held up against the cage for 13 out of the 15 minutes and beat up, and somehow he gets the winning decision. But he didn't earn that. And if little Roque Martinez, who's 5'7", is doing that, Martin Buday is definitely going to hold him up against the cage and beat him up. If he's able to land some takedowns, beat him up on the ground. But I love Buday here. I actually think this fight goes to decision, but I'm very high on Buday, and I think he's safe to bet any way you want to bet him, man, to be honest. Next fight is in the women's 125-pound division. We got Julianna Miller versus Luana Santos. Julianna Miller is 3-2, currently sitting at plus 120. She's 27 years old, 5'7" with a 66-inch reach. Luana Santos is 5-1, currently sitting at minus 140. She's 23 years old, 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. So you see Miller's 1 inch taller. She's a very tall, skinny girl. She's 1 inch taller, but Santos actually has 2 inches of reach. Julianna Miller, you've seen her fight on The Ultimate Fighter. She did pretty good there, but she was fighting very low-level girls. I mean, the girls on there weren't good. The girls that she fought before that weren't very good. She dominated Brogan Walker, who isn't very good, and then she dropped a fight to Veronica Hardy, where she was a big favorite, but man, she just kind of got outstruck. She got out-grappled. She pretty much got out everything by a girl that hadn't fought in like 3 years, was 5-4 with her record, all that. So, I don't know, man. I'm not very high on Julianna Miller. She's aggressive striker. She'll come forward with long, straight punches. She's got an okay body lock takedown. Her jiu-jitsu's okay. If she can be on top, she's got good ground and pound. But from her back, she offers up some submissions, but they don't really get all that close to hit. And excuse me, I'm sorry. And she just didn't seem like very overall strong or anything against versus Hardy, Veronica Hardy. She just got beat up a little bit the whole fight. And she was a very big favorite. Luana Santos, man, this girl's actually pretty good. I went and watched her fighting. She's a judo black belt. She's got good wrestling. She's got a good double leg, definitely good enough to take Julianna Miller down. She has excellent BJJ. I was watching her in her fights in Brazil, where she's fought other girls that had pretty good jiu-jitsu, and she was able to stay safe the whole time. And she would ground and pound these girls and be on top for 12 minutes out of 15. She's got good Dagestani handcuff on the ground, where she's able to ground and pound girls or get them to give up their back, where she can get a submission. Excellent offensive and defensive BJJ, and her striking isn't bad, man. She's got decent striking. Her punches aren't bad, and her kicks aren't bad. I think that she's going to be better than Julianna Miller everywhere, to be honest, and I definitely know she has the grappling advantage. So the wrestling and the judo advantage for sure. So give me Luana Santos. I actually think this girl's going to be good. She's only 23 years old. She's going to be improving every time that she gets in the cage, and she's another one of these Brazilian girls, man, that are coming into the UFC, like Natalia Silva. All these different girls. There's how many new girls? Lacerda, who's fighting tonight or on this card, Lacerda or whatever her name is. There's a whole bunch of them, and they're all great. And I think Luana Santos is going to keep that tradition going. I think that she's going to get the win here. I don't think she gets the finish. Honestly, I think it goes to decision. But I like Luana Santos a lot in that fight. Next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Marcus Mcgee versus JP Buys. Marcus the Maniac Mcgee is 7-1, currently sitting at minus 400. He's 33 years old, 5'8" with a 69-inch reach. JP Buys is 9-5, currently sitting at plus 300. He's 27 years old, 5'5" with a 67 inch reach. So you see there that Marcus Mcgee is going to be 3 inches taller with 2 inches of reach, as JP Buys is usually fighting at flyweight, but he's coming up to 135. And Mcgee's last fight was at 140, coming back down to 135. Marcus Mcgee, you seen last time, man. This dude is very explosive. He's very fast, powerful. He's finished all 7 of his wins. He's got phenomenal boxing, man. His hands are fast. He hits super hard. He throws in combos. He puts on forward pressure on guys and then counters them when they throw to get him off them. And then he counters them with big shots. He dropped Journey Newsom and then was able to choke him out right afterwards. He switches stances and got excellent striking from both stances. He's got super good cardio. He's got super good toughness. He's got really good offensive and defensive grappling, like wrestling. He doesn't really use the offensive as much, but I seen one time his one loss is him getting taken down and choked out by a pretty good Brazilian dude. But he's not fighting that guy. He's fighting JP Buys this time. And I will say this, man, JP Buys looks better at 135 than he does at 125. He's way more durable. He fought Montel Jackson, and he is more durable. He did get dropped like 4 or 5 times in that fight, but he was able to survive. He actually had some really good moments in that fight. He almost hit Montel Jackson with like 2 or 3 guillotines, landed some big shots standing up. It was kind of crazy because Montel was like minus 500 in that fight. But then he dropped back down to 125 where he fought Cody Durden, and they came out both just throwing blows, and he ended up getting clipped first. But as we find out, Cody Durden's a bad dude. But JP Buys has really good wrestling. He's got really good BJJ. He's got decent striking. He just, doesn't really have the chin to stand there with people. But on the ground, he's got really good scrambles, man. He's got really good wrestling. And like I said, at 135, he's really durable. I don't know if he's going to be able to take the heat that Marcus Mcgee brings, but I do think that he can make this a fight. I do think he's going to be able to land some takedowns early in this fight and get some control time. So I think the over-under is set at 1.5. I like this fight to go over 1.5. I really do think JP Buys. I mean, he's not a terrible fighter. He just has chin issues. But if he can get the wrestling going in this fight, he can survive that 1-5. I'm going to take Marcus Mcgee, though, to get the knockout at some point because he does have excellent cardio and he keeps that power late in the fight. Second, third round knockouts are nothing for him. He usually waits for dudes to gas out and then knocks them out, which might happen here. So give me the bigger dude, the more powerful dude. And the more durable dude. Marcus Mcgee to knock out JP Buys. And I was saying that later second or in that third round. The next fight is going to be really good, man. We got Francis Marshall versus Isaac Dulgarian. Francis Marshall is 7-1, currently sitting at about minus 160. He's 24 years old, 5'9" with a 72-inch reach. Isaac Dulgarian is 5-0, 27 years old. 5'7" reach, we don't know. He's a smaller dude, though, that's for sure. Francis Marshall, man, I actually really, really like this kid. He's got phenomenal boxing, an excellent jab. He's got an excellent left and right hook. You seen him knock Marcelo Rojo out with that right hook. Good timing on his wrestling. Last fight, he wasn't able to get it going that well until later in the second. And the whole third, not the whole third round, but like half the third round, he was able to beat William Gomez up and almost finished him. Lost a split decision there for his first loss of his career. But he's good, man. He's got excellent wrestling. Good timing on his wrestling. He's got really good BJJ. I like his BJJ. He's able to take guys down, hold them down, beat them up. You've seen Connor Matthews. He was able to land a bunch of takedowns, get a bunch of control time, beat him up on the ground. He didn't even have to take Rojo down to beat him up. But he's very well rounded. He's got excellent ground and pound. He's got good rear naked chokes. He's won 1, 2, 3, 4 fights by rear. 4 out of his first 5 fights he won by rear naked choke. And I just think he's really well rounded. I think he's a really tough kid. He's only 24 years old and he's only improving. And he's got phenomenal toughness and phenomenal cardio because he did take some shots against Rojo and he took some shots against Connor Matthews and ate him like a champ. Isaac Dulgarian, man, this kid, if you watch his career, you can watch it in about 5 minutes, man. If you see in his amateurs, he's got 4 fights, in the pros, he's got 5, and he's finished them all in the first round. And most of them don't make it past 2 minutes. Most of these dudes are in there 1 minute with him. But he's fighting low level people. Even this guy that he fought that was 7-2, TJ Breeden, is not good at all. But man, this kid can wrestle. He's got decent striking. When you do see him standing, though, I don't like his striking. Even against TJ Breeden, he looked uncomfortable standing. He got hit with a couple shots. Then he was able to land his takedowns and beat the crap out of him. But I will tell you this: Isaac Dulgarian has a wrestling background. He was good in high school, state champion. He's got good wrestling. On top, this kid will beat your brains out, man. He's got phenomenal ground and pound, and he mixes in. He's got phenomenal wrestling, phenomenal BJJ, phenomenal ground and pound. He mixes in the wrestling, the BJJ, and ground and pound excellently. He'll ground and pound you to make you give up your back or he choke you out. If he gets your back and you get out there so you don't get choked out and he gets in the mount, he pounds you out, man. This dude knocks people out cold on the ground. But it's very, very low-level people, man, and we do not know what his gas tank looks like. We don't really know what his striking looks like. I seen a little bit of it, and I didn't really like it, man. But I do like Isaac Dulgarian. I want to see what he's about. I know he's coming off some injuries. He was supposed to fight in the UFC like a year ago, and he had to pull out of the fight. But, man, I really got to go with Francis Marshall here. I think Francis Marshall has him beat everywhere. I think the wrestling's going to be pretty good. I think even if Dulgarian's able to come out and get a takedown on Francis Marshall, I don't think he's able to he's just going to knock him out real easy on the ground. And I don't think that he's going to be able to just, submit him real easy. And I think Francis Marshall survives that, comes back and finishes Dulgarian in that second or third round. I'm pretty confident about that. I like Francis Marshall a lot here, but I do want to see what Dulgarian's about in his career here. I just think that this is a really tough matchup, fighting another guy that's already got, three, including the Contender Series, already got 3-4 fights in the UFC basically. And I like Francis Marshall here. Next fight is in the women's strawweight division. We have Monstserrat Ruiz versus Jaqueline Amorim. Ruiz is 10-2, currently sitting at plus 200, 30 years old, 5 foot with a 61-inch reach. Amorim is 6-1, currently sitting at minus 240. She's 28 years old, 5'3 with the 67.5-inch reach. So you see Amorim's going to be 3 inches bigger with the 6.5 inches of reach. Monstserrat Ruiz, man, this girl's got decent wrestling. She's seen against what's her name? The cheater girl, Cheyenne Velismus. You've seen against her, JP Bai's girl. You've seen against her that she is able to head and arm her and scarf hold her 3 times for 3 rounds and just hold her in one position with a head and arm. It was crazy. And then against Amanda Lemos, she got her head knocked off like super quick. But she's got good wrestling. She's like, what is it? She's a 7-time Mexican national wrestling champ. She's good at top position. She's for a whole round. You've seen if she gets you down like Velismus, she can hold you for a whole round. She punches her way into the clinch with some pretty aggressive punches, and then she looks for the takedown. She's got an excellent key lock and scarf hold from the ground position when she's on top in her head and arm position. She's got pretty good cardio. She lasted 3 tough rounds with Velismus, and she's super tough, man. But you got Jaqueline Amorim. She is a legit high-level black belt. You seen her last fight where I lost a whole bunch of money. I still won that week, but I lost a whole bunch of money because Sam Hughes, man, was able to get them fingers in that glove, man, and take that rear naked choke away, but she still should have been able to finish that, man. That was crazy how deep that was in. She's got good wrestling. She showed in the fight with Hughes that she's got good double legs. She's got body lock takedowns, inside trips, and then she's got phenomenal jiu-jitsu, man. When she gets you underground, her transitions are crazy. She's always going for the finish. She's going to take your back and look for an arm bar, knee bar. She's got all these different chokes and finishes: arm bar, triangle choke, rear naked, knee bar, arm bar. I needed one more rear naked on there, but it is what it is. But she's finished all of her wins. She's got decent power in her right hand, but it's not technical. She's just winging overhand rights and hoping to get into the clinch and take you down. This is going to be a good fight here, honestly. But, man, I'm going to go with Amorim. I'm going to give her one more chance. I won't be betting her. But I do think that she's able to get Monstserrat Ruiz with her size, that she's able to get Ruiz down and either get her down. Both these girls are going to want to grapple. And I think that Jaqueline being bigger, she's going to have the wrestling advantage. I think that she's going to be able to take her down. And I think that from there, she's going to be able to get the submission. I don't think Ruiz gets out of it like Sam Hughes did, man. That was still crazy. I stood up and was like, yes, I've never been so sure somebody was choked out, and she survived, man. So, but give me Amorim, and I'd most likely be staying away from that. I'll be looking at the under 2.5. I think Amorim gets her out of there, but I probably won't be betting that. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Josh Fremd versus Jamie Pickett. Josh Fremd is 10-4, currently sitting at minus 310. He's 29 years old, 6'4" with the 76.5-inch reach. Jamie Pickett is 13-9, currently sitting at plus 250. He's 34 years old, 6'2" with the 80-inch reach. And man, this isn't the best fight in the world. Josh Fremd, he's a big, tall, long guy. He's got pretty good boxing, a nice jab. He's got a nice left hook, decent body kick. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. He's got a decent body kick game. He's got nice flying knees. He's got good power. He's got good jiu-jitsu. You seen against Anthony Hernandez, even though he was went to decision and lost, he showed good jiu-jitsu. Somehow against Trayshawn Gore, I mean, he just got caught in that freaking guillotine crazy choke, man. But he does have good jiu-jitsu, though. He's pretty tough dude. He's long. He's got good flying knees, like I said. He's got really good cardio, really good toughness. Jamie Pickett, man, this dude's probably the worst welter or middleweight on the roster. He's got a decent, boring clinch up against the cage. And that is it, man. He doesn't have anything. He's one of the top 5 worst middleweights in UFC history. He is not good. I don't even know why he's still in the UFC at 13-9. I got Josh Fremd here, and I think this goes to decision. Josh Fremd does have good power and stuff, but Jamie Pickett's usually, I mean, on the ground, he'll get beat up and submitted, but I don't think Josh Fremd's going to be wrestling him all that much and taking him down. I think he's going to beat him up standing up and maybe a little clinch. But give me Josh Fremd. I'm not going to be betting that fight at all. I'll be staying away from that. Next fight is in the men's light heavyweight division. We have Khalil Rountree versus Chris Daukaus. Khalil Rountree is 11-5, currently sitting at -205. He's 33 years old, 6'1" with a 74-inch reach. Chris Daukaus is 12-6, currently sitting at +170. He's 33 years old, 6'3" with a 76-inch reach. Khalil Rountree, man, phenomenal Muay Thai. He's got excellent, powerful leg kicks. You've seen him stop Modestas Bukauskas. You've seen him hurt Carl Robertson with powerful leg kicks. And then Dustin Jacoby, man, that fight was not – he did not win that fight. Dustin Jacoby won that fight. But it was a good fight, man. He showed his toughness. He showed his heart. He showed his good variety of striking. His straight left is powerful, man. He's got really good southpaw boxing. He throws power in everything he does. Every leg kick he does, every punch he does, everything is power. And he keeps pretty good cardio throughout the fight, even with that. He doesn't offensive grapple, but, man, his defensive takedown defense is pretty terrible. He's lost to most of the grapplers that he's fought. I know like Tyson Pedro, back in the day, was able to beat him. Andrew Sanchez, they grappled him, beat him. And then Ian Cutelaba just kept throwing him down and hitting him with elbows and finished him. And his takedown defense looks kind of terrible. I don't know if Chris Daukaus will be doing any takedowns here, but he is a black belt and he does have a good clinch up against the cage. He's a big dude. He's coming down to 205 for the first time. He's 6'3" with that 76-inch reach. So he's 2 inches of height and 2 inches of reach. And he's a big dude with really, really fast hands. He's 0-3 in his last 3, and he got knocked out, but he's fighting Derek Lewis, Curtis Blaze, and Jaron Zeno Rosenstruck. All 3 of them dudes are 6'3", 6'4", 265-pound dudes at the max of that 265-pound limit. And Khalil Rountree is not that. You've seen him knock out Shamil. He had that good fight with Olenek and Nascimento where he's able to finish Nascimento. He finished Parker Porter. I think this is going to be a really good fight. I'm not betting this. I'm staying away. I'm so close to picking Chris Daukaus because I really don't think Khalil Rountree is pretty good, but I think he can be clinched up against the cage. I think he can be beat up on by a bigger guy, and I think he can be hit with some big shots. I think Chris Daukaus has good boxing, but I'm still not going to pick him. I got to see what he does at 205 before I can do anything. And Khalil Rountree is good. So I don't know, man. I watched a lot of tape on this. It was hard to get a grip, like a clue on what was going to happen in this fight because I can see it going under. I can see it going over. I can see Chris Daukaus using some clinch control. If you watch him earlier before he joined the UFC, he used a lot of clinch control and wrestling and grappling. And then he came into the UFC and was just straight boxing. So give me give me Khalil Rountree in this. I think he's going to be a little faster. And then he's going to be more durable, So I don't know how this fight goes down. I don't know how it finishes or not. But give me Khalil Rountree for a pick. But I do not know how that goes down. I really, really don't trust it. Next fight is in the men's 185-pound division. We got Tafon and Nchukwi versus AJ Dobson. Tafon is 6-3, currently sitting at -150. He's 28 years old, 6 foot with a 77-inch reach. AJ Dobson is 6-2, currently sitting at +120. 31 years old, 6'1" with the 76-inch reach. So you see they're about the same size. 1 inch of reach for Tafon, 1 inch of height for Dobson. These dudes are going to be pretty much the same size. Tafon, he's got phenomenal boxing. Comes in throwing power. You've seen him in his fight against Azmat. He throws power. He comes in and keeps a high guard, throws power, but he's got a good 1-2. He throws powerful leg and body kicks. He throws a lot of volume for a good dude. He's coming back down to 185, which I like because he had a really good fight with Jung Park down here. But this is where he was fighting before when he beat Jamie Pickett, and then he had that really close fight with Jung Park, man, where he lost a decision majority, which is tough. You know how good Park is. Went back up, beat Rodriguez, had that fight where he was beating Asmat Murakanov before he got flying kneed. So the dude's good. Came back a little too early, came back 3 months later and fought Ulberg, which now we know Ulberg is a savage. But this is going to be a good comeback fight for Tafon, man. He throws good volume, strong clinch knees. He's got good takedown D's, physically strong. He's got phenomenal cardio. He showed good cardio against Park. He did get taken down with like 2 minutes left and beat up a little bit, but Park usually breaks guys, you know. AJ Dobson, he's got really good boxing. He's got really good striking defense. He's got powerful leg kicks, good offensive and defensive wrestling, but he doesn't have the best jiu-jitsu. He can take guys down, but he can't really hold them down. You've seen he was able to get Petrosian down at least once, maybe twice, and wasn't really able to get no control time. But he's got really good cardio. He's got really good toughness, but he just doesn't commit to his punches, man. Like against Petrosian, he's dodging, he's doing all these feints, but then he wouldn't even throw punches, or he wasn't committing to power on him, man. He just doesn't throw with power, and he's low output. I'm taking Tafon here. I think it's going to be a lower output kickboxing match. And I think Tafon's just going to throw a little bit more volume and do a little bit more damage. But I'll most likely be staying away from that fight. But I do like Tafon in that fight to win. I was thinking about betting it, but like I said, I'll most likely stay away. Next fight is in the women's strawweight division. We got Polyana Vianna versus Lasmin Lucindo, the name I was trying to look for earlier. Polyana Vianna is 13-5, currently sitting at plus 160, 31 years old, 5'5" with the 67-inch reach. Lasmin is 14-5. Currently sitting at minus 190. She's 21 years old, 5'3" with a 66-inch reach. So you see that Polyana's going to have 2 inches of height, 1 inch of reach. Not too much. But she will have the advantage there. And she's the lifelong strawweight as Lucindo's coming down from 125 to fight a strawweight for the first time in the UFC. Polyana Vianna, man, she's got surprisingly good striking. I told this to people last time. I picked her against Jinyu Frey, and I said that she would strike and make Frey take her down. And people was like, she can't strike and all this stuff. And she does. She has good straight punches, and she throws powerful body and head kicks. And that makes girls, and she puts pressure on girls, which kind of makes them freak out and take her down. And that's when she submits them. She did it to Emily Whitmire. She did it to Mallory Martin. And then she just knocked out Jinyu Frey. She's been looking a lot better in her last 4 fights. The Tabitha Ricci fight, she did get beat, but it was kind of close. And Tabitha Ricci's is too high of a level of black belt for her to tap out, man. And we see Ricci's a savage. She's great, but she's got the nice straight punches, nice kicks. She's getting good at getting girls to catch her kicks and then take her down. And then, like I said, submit her. But I love her body kicks. I love her head kicks. I love her straight punches. And then on the ground, she is a phenomenal jiu-jitsu practitioner. She's a female with 13 wins. She's finished all 13, 8 subs, 5 KOs. She's a high-level jiu-jitsu player. If she gets on the ground with most girls, she's going to submit them unless they're high-level black belt like Ricci. Lasmin Lucindo, man, I'm shocked at how good this girl is for 21. I believe she started fighting when she was like 14 years old, though, in 2017. So that's 6-7 years ago, and she's only 21. She's a beast, man. Her boxing is phenomenal. She'll throw 5-6 punch combinations with hooks mixed with straights, super fast hands, good spinning back fist with some power on it. She's got decent offensive and defensive wrestling, and she's got okay jiu-jitsu. We haven't seen it too much in the UFC, but she does have 5 losses, and 3 of them are by submission. It's been a little while. She hasn't been submitted since 2018, but she's fighting a very, very, very high-level jiu-jitsu girl here, man. And this is going to be a really good fight. Polyana Vianna has all the experience in the world. She's probably got 8 to 10 UFC fights. But, man, Lasmin Lucindo showed me some pretty good takedown defense against Brogan Walker and was able to keep the fight standing there. And I'm not saying that Brogan Walker's got the greatest wrestling in the world, but Polyana Vianna doesn't have any wrestling. She doesn't really go for takedowns. She's used, like, her submissions are from girls taking her down. So I don't know if she'll be able to take Lucindo down because Lucindo showed pretty good defense. And if Lucindo keeps it standing, man, her striking, even though Polyana Vianna does have pretty good striking, she's a jiu-jitsu girl, man. Lasmin Lucindo has phenomenal boxing, and she hits with real power. So I'm going to take Lucindo here. I don't know how this fight plays out. I don't know, because I could see Lucindo beating up Vianna bad standing up, but like when she rocks her, I don't know if she ever goes to the ground with her, she could get finished. So I don't know if she finishes her. But Polyana Vianna, if for some reason this fight does go to the ground, she can finish Lucindo. So I'm going to be staying away from this fight because it's super dangerous. But I like Lucindo here. Next fight is in the men's featherweight division. We have Cub Swanson versus Hakeem Dawodu. Cub Swanson coming back to the featherweight division, 145. He is 28-13, currently sitting at plus 200. He's 39 years old, 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. Hakeem Dawodu is 13-3-1, currently sitting at minus 250, 32 years old, 5'8" with the 72-inch reach. So you see Dawodu is 7 years younger. He's going to have 2 inches of reach here. It's going to be a good fight, though, man. I don't care, man. Cub Swanson is a beast. He's well-rounded. He's got phenomenal kickboxing. His boxing's great. He's still good enough boxing to knock Daniel Pineda out just about 2 years ago. He is able to knock Darren Elkins out, which is hard to finish Elkins, but it's the way he did it that was phenomenal. He's had some bad losses, some quick losses in his career, like to Giga, and then Jonathan Martinez, man. I don't think he should have ever dropped down to 135, to be honest. He was a little bit slower there, just a little older. Jonathan Martinez is good, as we've seen. So, but man, Cub Swanson is very well-rounded vet, man. He's got good offensive wrestling, good defensive wrestling. He's a high-level black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's got phenomenal striking. Can strike with both hands, excellent kicks, explosive, can finish you. He does have a lot of decision wins lately besides Pineda and Elkins, but he's still got that finishing ability in him. He's 3-6 in his last 9 fights, though, and he's 39. He's got a lot of miles on him. Hakeem Dawodu, man, this dude's got excellent Muay Thai. Comes from a Muay Thai background. He's a mean dude. He's got good powerful leg kicks and calf kicks. That's what I like most about his game. He's got powerful front kicks, teep kicks to the body where he'll dig them toes in. Strong tie clinch knees, strong good tie clinch elbows, and he's a really good counter striker. And he does that by putting pressure on you, getting you to strike to push it to get him off you, and then he counters that, hits you with some decent strikes. But man, 6 of his last 7 wins have gone to decision. He hasn't looked very good lately. He didn't look that good against Julianna Rosa. I had betted Rosa at plus 185, and he got whooped on by Evloev. But he does have some good wins in his career over Arce, Tuhugov, and Mike Trezano. This is going to be a really, really good fight. They were both the same age, I would have more faith in taking Cub Swanson, but I'm gonna like Kima Dawodu. I think he beats up Cub Swanson's legs. That's what Daniel Pineda was doing before he got hit with the big shots that really hurt him. But I think Dawodu's able to beat up his legs, get some clinch control time, hit him with some knees, and just beat up on Cub Swanson. I do think that this goes to decision, though, or goes over, because Akima Dawodu isn't that aggressive to go for finishes. Like I said, 6 of his last 7 wins and went to decision. And Cub Swanson's a crafty vet that can stay alive. So main event time. We got Vicente Luque versus Rafael dos Anjos. Vicente Luque is 21-9-1, currently sitting at plus 100. He's 5'11 with the 76-inch reach. Rafael dos Anjos is 32-14. He's currently sitting at minus 120, 38 years old, 5'8 with the 70-inch reach. So you see right there that Luque is 7 years younger. He has 3 inches of height and 6 inches of reach. And this is all because Vicente Luque is a real 170er, man. He's a big dude. He's got phenomenal striking. His kickboxing is awesome. He's got powerful leg kicks, powerful body kicks. His boxing is phenomenal. That's what he gets a lot of his work done. Besides, though, he does have really good leg kicks. He was beating up Bilal Muhammad's leg, but he's got powerful leg kicks. His boxing is phenomenal. He's hitting you with uppercuts. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He can be taken down, but he's got good jiu-jitsu, good Darce chokes. I think he's got like 6 Darce choke wins. You've seen him hit Chiesa with it. Let's see, he hit Chiesa, Woodley with it, and then going back early in his career, he had a bunch. Nico Price, Herrera, all this. But man, I like Vicente Luque. Powerful calf kicks, decent BJ, excellent BJJ, excellent Darce choke, 5 subs of Darce's, KO power in his overhand right, and he can hit you with that left hook. He's got phenomenal knees in the clinch. He's just got excellent knees to the head, period. He's got good head kicks. You see, that's what he got. The knees to the body is what he got Barbarino with. Who else? He knocked out somebody with it. Yeah, Randy Brown. He got with that knee, knocked him out cold. Knocked out Jalen Turner when he fought him at 170. He's got the 2 finishes over Nico Price. Knocked out Bilal Muhammad back in the day. And this is just a really good fighter. He's coming back. He did have a brain hemorrhaging, the brain bleed after the Jeff Neal fight. He took a year off. It's been pretty much exactly a year since he fought Jeff Neal. He took some time off, let it heal. And coming back, he's only 31 years old. He did take some damage in that fight, but I mean, RDA took some damage in that Fiziev fight, and he's took a lot of damage too. But RDA, man, this dude's good. Like I said, 38 years old. He's a vet. He's got good wrestling, but it's clinch wrestling where he's going to grab you in the clinch, overpower you, take you down, land a trip. He's got phenomenal BJJ where he's definitely able to control guys and hold a lot of dudes down, especially down there at 155, like Moicano. He was able to reverse Kevin Lee after getting beat up for most of that fight. And he got like Neil Magny. But his striking's okay. He's got good wrestling. He's more of a grappler these days. Good wrestling, good BJJ and top control, strong clinch. That's what he really tries to use these days. And he's got a good left body kick. He's very tough with phenomenal cardio. 38 years old, though, man. He's got 3 KO losses in his career, and he's been fighting a lot of grapplers recently. You know, if you even look back, I mean, he had that split decision with Paul Felder at 155 when Felder fought him on like 6 days notice or whatever. Looked good against Barberena, but that's Barberena. He has no ground game, man. But this is going to be a good main event. But I got to take Vicente Luque because if you watch the Bilal Muhammad fight, Vicente Luque was taken down in that fight. Bilal was timing – all his takedowns were off well-timed double legs, and he would take Vicente down. He would have Vicente Luque down on his back, and he couldn't keep him down for more than a minute 10. You know, Vicente Luque is moving, would get back up to his feet, and that was a really good back-and-forth fight. Like, I remembered it as it just seems like Bilal was just taking him down, beating him up or something, dominated him the whole time. But that was a back and forth fight, and he actually had Bilal really hurt in the second or third round. And I just think that, man, he's going to be – and Bilal's 5'11". Like, Bilal's a big dude. He's got good wrestling, and he's got really good striking to be able to keep Vicente Luque off him. I don't think Dos Anjos is going to have any of that. I think Dos Anjos might land a takedown or two in that first round, but Vicente Luque is going to be able to get back up. And when he gets up, man, that 3 inches of height and that 6 inches of reach is going to show. And Dos Anjos don't have no knockout power, so I don't really see how he's going to really keep Vicente Luque off him standing up. I think that Vicente Luque survives a first round of some grappling, you know, and some decent striking. And I think that he's able to start taking over, stopping the takedowns in that second and third, and then he starts beating up Dos Anjos. And I'm going to call for a third or fourth round TKO for Vicente Luque. I'm really confident in this pick. I know he's got the brain bleeding. He gave himself time to come back. Dos Anjos is a grappler. He's not going to be striking. He hasn't knocked it. The last time, if you look here, the last time Dos Anjos knocked somebody out was 2015, and that was Donald Cerrone down at 155. Look right here. Donald Cerrone punches 2015. He didn't have nothing but losses by KO since then. So, I mean, this dude ain't really knocking nobody out, you know. It's going to be the grappling, and I just do not think that he can hold Vicente Luque down for 25 minutes, to be honest. So give me Vicente Luque, and I think Vicente Luque gets this done by finish, by TKO, and that's the third or fourth round. So even the under 1.4, under 4.5 is nice, but I bet Vicente Luque plus 100. I feel pretty good about that. So I appreciate everybody for watching my video, coming for the breakdown, man. It was an excellent time. We're going to win some more money. Like I said, I think I've won 9 out of 11 weeks now, and I could have won big last week, but I'm going to win big this week. So I will see everybody on Thursday night live. Actually, on Wednesday night, I'm going to be doing a live show with Addicted Patrick from Addicted to Combat. So check out his channel, and then Thursday night will be the Thursday night live show. And this weekend, we will have a pre-show. So that's going to be awesome. So appreciate everybody hanging out. Hopefully, I'll get these shirts here soon. And good luck this weekend, everybody.